All right, we're back. It's time to get into this intro to Port of Houston Lynx. Let's check it out. I'm gonna go to our drive, pop open our folder for XJ Ops Tools, go to our CSR directory, and find links. I'll make this easier. Put Port of Houston Lynx. Okay. Log in and password. Once we get logged in, we'll see our home page right here. This is the home page for the Port of Houston Lynx Bayport. We can also shuttle over to Barber's Cut. And it's going to be nearly the exact same home page. Alright. So, a few announcements here they have listed here. They have their terminal hours, Monday through Friday, then Saturday. In-gate closes at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. In-gate closes at 4 p.m. on Saturday. In-gate is the term that they use for the gate to get into the ports. And so that's the last time, or that's the latest time that a driver can go through those gates, those in-gate gates. All right. Here, there's some acceptable. There's some helpful information here. It's called click here for today's acceptance instructions, empty acceptance instructions. We'll go more into that and what that is and how that's helpful. This is it's going to pop open a new tab. Let's look at it. Let's see here. This is going to tell us mostly where these empty containers for imports usually return to. So you're having a load going out to a warehouse. They take the load out, the cargo, and they send you back to the port with an empty container. And this is kind of giving you instructions on where these empty containers are going to for that day. Today is September 13th. 12:18 p.m. was the last time that it was updated. They're updated throughout the day a couple times. If you have a CMA container, a Costco container, this is the steamship line. These are all your steamship lines or SSLs. So for example, your Evergreen for September 13th, if it was a 20-foot container, it couldn't take it to Barber's Cut. You also couldn't take it to Bayport. You couldn't take anything for Evergreen anywhere in Bayport. For Evergreen, you could not take the empty back to Bayport, but you, if it was a 20-footer, but if it was a 40-foot regular or high cube, you could. All right, and this is the same for releasing. If you're getting the import, export done, and you need to find out where those containers, empty containers, are releasing, that a driver can go pick up. They're not getting a 20-footer from Barber's Cut, but they could get a 40-footer standard or high cube. Now again, this is just supplemental information. We want to absolutely go with what our steamship lines tell us to do, but this is supplemental information. We'll go more into that later on. These are your track and DCLI chassis pools. Track is an equipment provider. They provide chassis. DCLI is the same. Equipment provider, they provide chassis. And they have an agreement with these steamship lines. Okay? They have an agreement to use their chassis with these steamship lines. That's what that is. We'll go more into that in another video. Oops. Wasn't supposed to do that. It, by the way, did not go into another tab. It simply opened it up in the same tab. See? I would have to have went back to the home page. That's what we just looked at. Here's the holiday schedule posted for us. They're taking off September 5th, close. But up here it says September 4th, 24th. For some reason they don't have that here. but they do have it here. Anyway, here are some more resources. We'll learn more about these resources. I'll do a drill down video to drill down into these, but we'll just take a look at the terminal map for Barber's Cut. They check in down here, and you'll do this on a tour. You'll see what this is. These are your lanes. These are your containers staged in the port. This is a map. This one I can't X out of. If I toggle over to Bayport, again, the home page is going to look fairly the same. The exact same home page. Almost actually exact same everything. Just pulling information from a different port. Got two different ports, Bayport and Barber's Cut. And this is the terminal map for Bayport. It's a little different. This is the in gate here. They in gate, come in, check in, and go into the port, handle their business. These are staged containers in the yellow. This is where they pick up empty containers in the red. Okay. We'll do a drill down video on that, give some more details. Vessel schedule, we'll do a drill down video on a lot of these things. But this is just an intro to the Lynx, the Port of Houston. Welcome again. Vessels are boats, big boats. So this vessel is going to come into Bayport according to this schedule or something close to it. The schedule will change. Again, it's updated September 13th as of 3 o'clock. But these times will change. The Grand Torino, the Merck Denver, the MSC Adonis, Good Prospect. These are guys naming their boats. Big, huge ships. Okay? Guys or girls? Pretty sure there's some women vessel owners around here. In fact, it's not going to be a single person that's going to own a boat like that. It's going to be a conglomerate. But that's neither here or there. These are your live cameras to the second. Every 5 or 10 seconds it'll update. This is, as stated, Bayport exit gate, Bayport in gate. This is where they're coming in at, like we saw on the map. This is where they're leaving out of Bayport at. Barber's Cut, coming in. Two different ways to come into Barber's Cut. Barber's Cut exit gate. So we got cameras, live cameras. Let's go back home real quick. So that's your home page for the port. For Bayport or Barber's Cut, it looks the same. Let's look at imports. Then we'll look at gate and exports. Or we'll look at imports, then exports, then gate. We're not going to go over everything here. Just give a quick overview of what you'll use the most. So let's look at imports. Here is where we'll search for a container. We get an import order from a customer. We'll search that container in here to verify the information that the customer has on their order. We'll pick one up right now just to see. This is coming out of Bayport. This is a container number. Remember, a container number is 4 letters, 7 numbers. This container is not found in Bayport. Let's go somewhere else. 817. Let's go to the low board. Pending. These 3 are in Bayport, or maybe not. They're in red right now, so something's going on with that. You can search multiple containers. Like it says here, you can search up to 50 containers. This These two containers are still on the vessel. The position of the container that we've searched, or the containers that we've searched for, starts with a V. So that means that it's still on the Victor vessel V. If this started with a T, that means the truck has taken it out. If it starts with a Y, that means it's on the yard. It's on the ground. One of those yellow bars that we saw on the map is staged off the vessel and on the ground. Again, the position will show either V, that it's on the vessel, or I'll tell you what, real quick, let's get two that's on the vessel. Let's find two that are on the yard available. Let's see which port they're available at. Bayport 17. Let's try this one. Put a space between your container numbers when you're searching more than one. See what it pulls up for us. Why? So these two containers are on the vessel. They start with the V. This container is on the yard. It is ready to go. We can go pick it up. It is released. It is available. This is good to be dispatched, as long as it's planned accordingly. Let's see one that has been taken out of the port already. This one is already out on the port. It tells us it's on yard loaded at New Decade, coming from Bayport. Let's look and see what that one says. First two containers on the vessel. They are released. They have no holes on them, but they are not available. We cannot send a truck in to pick them up. This one is released and it's available to pick up, but we haven't planned for that to be picked up yet. This is released, but it's not available to be picked up because a truck has already gotten it. So you have your vessel position, your yard position, and your truck position. Truck is taking this out of the port already. Alright. This goes the same for both Barber's Cut and Bayport. It looks the exact same like the home page. So we won't go to Barber's Cut to bore you with those. And we'll now look at the exports. Leo doesn't like exports. This is, let's look for an export. An export is going to have a cutoff and an early receival date. So let's see what this can pull up for us. This is the booking number for an export. It's going to pull up some information for us. This is an MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company export. They can start, truck drivers or trucking companies can start taking these containers or this container into the port. This is a quantity. This booking is only good for one container, one standard 40-footer. Can start receiving this on 9/16. We got 3 days. They have until 9/20 to get it covered or to get it into the port by 5 p.m. That's what that says. It's also given a reefer and a hazmat cutoff, but that was if this was a reefer. If this was a hazmat, it would have to be turned in by 9:25 p.m., which is the same time, or if it was a hazmat, the day before. But I don't think it's either. But here's your information for this booking. Okay. Gate transactions. You're spending some time here. You can search a booking number here. No gate transactions for this booking number. We haven't taken a container out with that booking number. Let's look at how about this? We'll get into that later on. You can search a container number. I will search one for you. We won't be able to search two things at once. Okay. Have to delete one of them. And it shows us some transactions on this. So this container was picked up on 8/20 by this truck. This is the truck license plate number. This is the company, steamship line, container number. Like he tried to pick it up on. This is a drill down detail. This also has the same information right here. We picked up the container on August 20th at 9:12 in the morning. Got a trouble ticket for some reason and was finally outgated at 10:23. We'll go in more into the details of this, but this is how you look up a container in Lynx. This is just an intro, so don't worry, we'll go into more details. This is just getting your eyes used to it, seeing what this is. This is Port of Houston Lynx, where we search containers and bookings and just kind of deal with the port through this medium right here. So, thank you for joining me for the Port of Houston intro Lynx website. Let's keep it moving.